Trafalgar Studios, yes! Trafalgar in London!
Prepare yourselves for a tale so utterly horrid and yet strangely uplifting. Here, in the nation's great capital city, London.
Everyone who sees him is amazed at the grisly beauty of his face. A mutilated angel and a devastating freak. Hang on, Harry, promise he is totally unique.
Your gift of love has given me life. My sorrow and heartache you have melted. I love you.
Praise the grinning man. He's the greatest freak in all the land.
Look at his face.
If you haven't seen him, you will never understand. Hallelujah, praise the grinning man.
Grin, Payne.
Everyone who sees him is amazed at the grisly beauty of his face. A mutilated angel and a devastating freak. Hang on, Harry, promise he is totally unique.
Your gift of love has given me life. My sorrow and heartache you have melted.
We're really excited to be here today because leading man of the Grinning Man.
That's true.
It's crazy. If you've not seen the show, come and see it because it's amazing. But we're doing a crazy little interview today. So I'll let Zsara kick it off with a bit of interviewing.
So, first question. Are you ready?
I'm so unbelievably ready for this. I can't even tell you.
Right, okay. So, I just want to ask firstly, have you read the book?
No.
No, right. It's a good job.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But I mean, at the end of the day, look, if... so basically, it's incredibly long. And I attempted to kind of like, go for it. Mm-hmm. But Victor Hugo, for some reason, sort of will have like the plot, and then for 3 or 4 chapters, then talk about specifics within the plot, i.e., a chair or something.
So, if this is this the first show you've ever done puppetry with him? Because there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of puppetry.
Yeah.
And it has me shook because the puppetry is literally amazing. We've got a little clip of Mojo from Merlin. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Shook. How do you, how is it, or how do you feel with working with puppetry for the first time? Like, what's it like?
It's a lot easier now than it was in Bristol, because in Bristol, that was the first time I ever encountered puppetry in a show. And so, with this especially, the music is incredibly complex and high, and you've got to really sort of distance yourself emotionally in terms of your body and how you're using your face when you're using a puppet, because you don't want the audience to be looking at you. Yeah. You want them to be totally focused on the puppet, and yet the way he what he sings and stuff, incredibly moving, and so you've really got to sort of use your voice in a way which is totally different to when you're just being Grin Payne, with the like Son's puppet. So it's a lot easier now that I have Bristol in my locker, because that was a very intense experience, because not only was I obviously learning the show and discovering the character and all his kind of very quirky isms, I was also having to basically learn a completely new skill, like dancing or something, which is kind of crazy when you think about, the whole, how little time we actually had to sort of rehearse it. So now I really enjoy it, because as getting into a show like this, to give yourself to a puppet and to kind of put your ego at the door and just sort of give in and have a relationship with 2 other people on the hands and the body and the feet. feels very freeing actually, and then it allows you to get on with the show after you've done the puppetry and you feel completely at ease. Yeah, it's really cool.
It's exceptional because there's Beauty and the Beast. Not only are you playing a child controlling the puppet, and you're controlling the puppet is then playing with dolls.
Yeah.
And also you're on top of a. It's just crazy. And
Yes,
obviously you've got a lot of people
that's
around
when like
you.
the world explodes.
Yeah.
Basically, when
And you're
when
singing.
you are puppeteering a puppet,
It's holding.
it's not okay.
Puppetception.
Yeah.
I love that with the Grin
Yes.
Man.
Yeah.
Awesome. This question you've definitely been asked a lot.
Okay.
So I'm really sorry to ask this question.
Is it how is it singing with the mask on?
No, but
Okay,
go
well,
on, answer that question.
no, give me that as well.
No. So, is there a cast recording, and is there going to be one?
There isn't a cast recording of this particular production. We did do a bootleg recording of the Bristol production, which was taken from the Sound Desk, which is a decent recording, but it's by no means an original cast studio recording.
Yeah.
I have no idea if we're going to be doing a hopeful, fingers crossed. I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Louis up front.
Yeah.
Awesome. So
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Throw it at me. So last kind of like massive question. I suppose you've answered it quite a bit. I suppose throughout. But how has the show changed from Bristol to here at the Trafalgar Studios?
It's weird because it's sort of changed a lot, and actually the kind of the nucleus of the show hasn't really changed. But we know we had to cut down on the length, and Bristol was quite long, but it was overfilled with lots of good things. I think in general we've just really fine-tuned the story and made that very clear, because ultimately it's a story of the Grinning Man as opposed to the other bits and bobs which go along with it. So I think for me, Grin Payne's story is a lot clearer compared to Bristol, and in turn I think everyone else's story, because they're basically affected by him, is a lot clearer. So I just think we've sort of streamlined it and made it a lot sort of clearer, I think.
So, okay. So this is the next part.
MTAS random questions.
Just like
I'm a little bit slow. Okay.
It's alright. So are you ready?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Just go with it no matter what happens.
2, 1. Chicken wing or turkey leg?
I'm a vegan.
Oh, hell no!
Chicken wing.
Grin Payne or Gwyn Payne?
Grin Payne.
How much wood can a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
None.
London or London?
London.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Chicken.
Favourite song in the show?
Labyrinth.
If you ate yourself, would you be 2 times bigger or 2 times smaller?
What? 2 times smaller?
I like that. That's what I like to think.
Singing or acting?
Oh my days. This is not slow. It's not quick, is
It's
it?
okay. We'll make it look quicker.
No. Acting.
Oh.
At first, I was like, and now I'm like,
Living it.
actually,
Yeah, you like
that's
that, don't you?
a thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
I'm gonna make that happen.
Yeah, I know
I'm
you
gonna
are.
make
Yeah.
it. Back to
Sorry, fine.
if you're in a restaurant and you are waiting for the waiter, who is the waiter?
What? Who's the waiter? If I'm waiting in a restaurant, and who's the waiter?
So if you're in a restaurant and you're waiting for the waiter, who's the waiter?
Probably some ladies stood me off or something.
The shades.
Yeah.
Blade of Bill Bella or the crushed velvet cloak?
Blade.
Netflix or YouTube?
YouTube.
Facebook or Twitter?
Twitter.
And have you got any more?
Yeah.
Go on.
Taxi or Tube?
Oh, Taxi.
Favourite musical?
Wait there. Wait there. Okay, so. I'm going to give it top 3. So,
Top 3.
don't judge me.
I'm not going to judge you.
So, when I was younger, I absolutely fell in love with Saturday Night Fever.
Okay, I can feel that.
I wanted to be Adam Garcia for such a long time, and now I don't. Lord of the Rings, Lila was amazing.
Yes.
Third. Those are my top two,
Okay.
and they're not really what I would consider like great musical theatre, but those were my favourites. I now obviously love Sondheim and all the stuff that is really good.
Awesome. Okay, right. So this is literally, well, I say literally, it is practically the end of the interview. But we have one more thing. So every interview we do you know what a dab is?
Do I know what a dab is? Do I know?
Of course he does.
Do I know?
I've just got to take a moment for that.
Always dabbing. Always dabbing. Every morning I wake up, begin with a dab.
No one says that. No one usually says that. This is a revelation.
This is amazing.
Swabbers.
You become Grignon. Is it
Grignon?
And after that you can dab.
There's porridge dabbing. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, my porridge.
Well, basically, what I was going to say is after 3, just do a cheeky dab. We've got to synchronise this. Which way would we like to go?
I think I'm better on my right side.
Same. He is on my level.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh, Willy, you
Willy.
come on in for the dab. So Willy's been behind the camera. Willy's our favourite.
The dab queen is here.
me, I dab as well.
Are we live?
No, we're
Alright.
just on the old
On
camera.
every social media
Great.
forum at the moment.
Great.
I
So,
would-
thank God.
Willy, you might have to go down a little bit. I don't know.
Right, I'm here for you, don't knock him out first.
I'm here.
Don't lock the talent out.
Right. Oh no, she's gonna fully bop it out. Okay, so after 3, 3, 2.
But this is how you die.
It's all about the prep. It's all about the prep, though. You've got to really.
Can you teach me the prep?
I don't-
I don't do the prep. I just go for it.
Nah, you want to get your arms.
Watch me do my dad. Watch me do my dad.
Also, I like your jumper today.
Thank you.
I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Thank you.
So that is the end of the interview. I'm just shook. I'm quite shook. Is that for the dab? Yeah. Dab. So come and see the Grinning Man. It's at the Trafalgar Studios. It's shamazing. If you're a student like me and Zsara, turn up, post up, and get them £25 tickets. Quote Lewis if you want. Don't have to. That's just what I want to happen. And if you're not a student, you can get amazing tickets everywhere. So yeah, come and see it because your vocals are amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Sure,
you, Louis.
welcome.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much.